Alright guys, so we are going to be showcasing up the latest Zeta over here on the JP version. So this is the Zeta with the IFU Claw and the IFU Blaster. So this is a close combat unit, and we do have this unit now at custom level 12 or 20 at level 20 right there. And these are some of the basic stats. I mean, like all these stats right now, they don't really mean a whole lot. I feel like it could if you do kind of jot it down to like the nitty gritty things. If you compare to XYZ unit, for example, you can probably say, oh, this one is probably not as strong, or this one is probably stronger than such and such. But at this point in time, it doesn't really matter too much about the overall stats. I think overall it's just more of how this unit is designed in a way. It's really peculiar in a way in terms of how they design it. So this unit starts out really strong for the first 24 seconds. You get up to 800k damage cap increase, HP up by 58. So those are just at the start of the battle. But anything after that is for a temporary 24 seconds. So close combat attack up to 266. And then EXQ damage mitigation by another 266, and then you get guaranteed hit. You also get your absolute evasion, and you cannot use your EXQ for the first 24 seconds as well. So that is it. So after that, like literally majority of the portion of skill 1 is actually gone, with the exception now moving down to the skill 2. This is where the secondary portion kind of comes in around, where after you elapse 24 seconds, you're getting just half of what the normal damage that you would have been doing. You're also gaining EXQ damage up. You have increased accuracy and then increased evasion. So this unit to me feels strange in a way. Like on paper, don't really look that strong when you compare to some of the other unit getting like an insane amount of damage cap increase, while this unit does not. It simply have like a humble 800k, and that is kind of it. When we take a look at the full roster as well as the weaponry, I think the first two should be the claw. Probably right? Is it the claw? Yeah, so all three of them are actually just melee, right? All three of them are proximity damage. Wow, these two are the same. Well, this one is actually different, right? Yeah, but ultimately they are actually just the same weapon itself. So I mean, there's not really a whole lot of difference in this. So it's all of them are actually just the blaster. So yeah, it's just this one is the strong version. So a lot of hit in total. So 3 times 2. Okay. Alright, a lot of attack as well. So let's kind of see how this unit looks like in game first. I guess in battle, what we're gonna do, we'll probably take a look at how the weaponry rotation goes, and then after that we're gonna hop into like a national co-ops with some other units, and then we will finish things off with probably just climb battle. So I'm not going to be looking at the transcendent skill because I haven't unlocked that yet, but in terms of the transcendent skill, it's pretty bare basic. We have increased evasion, accuracy, and the EXQ gauge recovery up by 48%. So as far as trying to supercharge your EXQ gauge, that is going to be pretty fast with that actually. So that is kind of good. But other than that, let's hop in and then we'll see the rotation of this unit. Alright, so we have a tier 2 quest against the Psycho Zaku right here, a Psychic Zaku. So I'm just going to do this. Hopefully we do have the Zaku actually just targeting the Zeta with the Giga Cannon, and that should be good. Right, let's kind of see the pattern of this unit. So you guys can see for the first 24 seconds, we're just not getting any of the EXQ gauge. You can actually charge it, but you cannot use it. So is it just using the blaster? Yeah, it is simply using the blaster, while the claw, you're not even using it. Really strange. Really strange, I will have to say. Alright. Yeah, we can't even activate on the Zeta yet. Very unfortunate. Alright, so we have the Giga Cannon right there. Hitting for a 2-man right there. So you can't really tell what is doing. I think it starts out with the additional weapon, then it goes back to the main weapon, then it goes into the third. Because I'm looking at the damage chunks, and it seems to be that pattern. But okay, EXQ animation does looks pretty nice. Okay. Okay. Should go back to 1, right? Yeah, 801 back to 1. Yeah, because all of them are the same animation, so you can't really tell unless you just look at the actual damage bar to see alright what is going on. But other than that, I mean Zeta is pretty much just that. There's actually not a lot going on. The cool thing about this one in terms of the EXQ effects, you also do recover EXQ gauge every time you use EXQ, so you can actually do a lot of EXQ damage with that. So that is the benefit of things. But I think that's pretty much it. We've seen everything that we need to see. So additional and third weapon seems to be doing a smidge more damage. I'm not sure if it's because the main weapon we missed like a hit or two. I assume that's the case, but let's hop out of here. We're gonna actually make a full team, and then we are gonna see if how Zeta works in conjunction with some of the other units as well. Alright, so got the team set up to go up against the full armor or full armor unicorn. So pretty much everyone I have on the team except for the Quibbly, and then for X3, they're off on the crossover series. So let's kind of see. So the first one we had was actually the F91 Twin Visitor, and then we had it was the Narrative B2, and then after that I think it was the Unicorn. And then after that, it was there was Zeta, and then it was this Zeta right there. So we do have a full roster actually that we could use, but I'm not actually using it in this team. Let's actually do that. Gonna do this, and then we do that. I guess I can put Zeta right over here. Do this. This is also a good way to kind of gauge how this unit fares against some of the other units that we have on the roster. Especially the fact that this unit cannot pop EXQ for the first 24 seconds. That's kind of hard because we can't really charge, like, by not popping EXQ, we are not actually fulfilling the modules effects. So that's why earlier on we're just not going to be generating a lot of damage. But they did compensate by having like a 266 attack up, but I don't think that is enough. For sure. This is definitely not. Let's actually turn up those EXQ. It's gonna get a little bit annoying afterwards. But the other unit to compare with on the team is actually X3. So X3 is actually, if you read both the skill 1 and skill 2, like they're pretty much like just mirror matching. Like a lot of the skills that they have is pretty much the same in a way. But I think X3 actually is just better, and it's been aging up pretty good. It's just the fact that you also do gain additional damage by, I think it's just hitting or just dealing damage. So that's the factor where Zeta does not have, and the fact that in terms of my Zeta, it's not really, I don't have the transcendent skill, but I don't think that should be the issue. Consider the fact that we shouldn't even be hitting it this week. Yeah, it's pretty underwhelming. If we do take a look at things, I would say it's very. We are not even hitting anywhere over 1 mil damage for 1 million damage per second. Speaks a lot. Where everybody else is like 1.5, 1.4. And the thing is, I actually took every unit enhancement off from the other units. So this is actually like a pretty good, like a fair playing ground. Like I'm not really favoring any other units. So we do have just a fair playground to kind of see which one does the most. But yeah, Zeta for sure is pretty disappointing in a way. I think that's how it is every anniversary. Last year when we had the V2A, it wasn't like strong. I think it was more of like a defensive utility that heals the overall squad, and I think it was also mitigating EXQ damage dealt to the overall squad. So it has more utility than just being like a unit that actually does perfect guard. While this year we just have like a pretty vanilla, like, oh, here's a close combat unit that looks pretty cool as a crossover unit, but in practicality wise, I mean, like it's not that strong. Like I don't know what to tell you guys. Pretty unfortunate, I guess, in a way. And then yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Like I don't think any other unit has any type advantage over this yellow full armor unicorn anyway. So again, like I'm trying to simulate a fair playing ground for this unit, and fairly disappointing. It definitely is. But alright, we're gonna wrap things up right here. And then we are gonna go into clan battle. I think clan battle for sure this unit is gonna look good because they always on JP favor the newest units. So for clan battle, this unit for sure is gonna do good in there, but the other unit we'll see as well. We'll see. Clan battle time this time around. We are going to be facing off DO. So let's kind of see. So in terms of, I think they actually give you like a how-to guide on what the enemy does. So we could actually do. I think it was actually extra damage when you're doing proximity damage, which is actually just your melee, your close combat, your raid. They do more in this battle. So I think these guys up top is gonna perform fairly exceptional on here. And I think for Zeta, it's going to be even more evident because in terms of Zeta, or just any unit that has the special within this event, does actually do more. So you guys can see, yeah, wow, look at Zeta doing a lot of damage. My gosh, look at the other people. look at them, they're not doing as much. Wow, Zeta going all out. Look at that. But you guys can see, oh, there's F91 catching up, and there's X3 also catching up as well. So yeah, this unit really does suck. This unit sucks. I just gotta say, even though I don't have it at T5, it shouldn't matter all that much, given the fact that we're only missing out like a good 20 or 36% EXQ gauge. I mean, and then we're also missing a good 48% EXQ gauge recovery, but by no means we should not be missing that much. All right, there's no way. All right. But other than that, that is going to be pretty much it in terms of the industry showcase for Zeta. I don't know about ever transcending skill this unit given how limited my resources are in JP, but if that time does come around, I'll definitely do a revisit of this unit, and then we shall see if Zeta is just a fluke or is actually pretty good. We'll definitely see at that point in time. But other than that, that's going to be it for me, and I'll be catching you guys all on the next one.